In the history of Islam, the Battle of Uhud holds a very important place. It was the second major battle between the Muslims of Medina and the Quraysh of Mecca. Unlike the first Battle of Badr, where the Muslims won despite being fewer, the Battle of Uhud was a painful defeat for them. But you know, this defeat came with valuable lessons that continue to guide Muslims even today. So, let us go back in time and explore what led to this battle, how it unfolded, and what we can learn from it. After the Muslims won the Battle of Badr, the Quraysh of Mecca were angry and humiliated. Many of their leaders and warriors had been killed in that battle, including Abu Jahl. They wanted revenge against the Muslims. One of the Quraysh leaders, Abu Sufyan, decided to gather a strong army to attack Medina. This time, the Quraysh came prepared with a huge army of about 3,000 soldiers. They also brought women with them to cheer and encourage the fighters. When the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, heard about the Quraysh army marching toward Medina, he consulted his companions. Some advised to stay inside Medina and defend the city. Others, especially the younger companions, wanted to go out and face the enemy. The Prophet listened to the majority and decided to meet the enemy outside the city. The Muslims prepared for battle. They numbered around 1,000, but along the way, 300 men led by Abdullah ibn Ubay, the leader of the hypocrites, left the army and returned to Medina. This left the Muslims with only about 700 soldiers. The Muslims camped near Mount Uhud, a large mountain on the outskirts of Medina. The Prophet placed 50 skilled archers on a small hill, now known as Jabal al-Rumah, the Hill of Archers. He instructed them, "Protect our backs, do not leave your position, even if you see us winning or losing." This was a key strategy to prevent the Quraysh cavalry from attacking the Muslims from behind. With these preparations, the battle began. At the start, the Muslims fought bravely. They managed to push back the Quraysh and gained the upper hand. The Quraysh began to retreat, and it seemed that the Muslims were close to victory. However, the archers on the hill saw the Quraysh running away and thought the battle was over. Many of them left their positions to collect the spoils of war, despite the Prophet's clear instructions. This was a critical mistake. Khalid ibn al-Walid, a skilled Quraysh cavalry leader who later became a Muslim, saw the hill unprotected. He led his cavalry around the mountain and attacked the Muslims from behind. This sudden attack turned the battle upside down. The Muslims were caught between two forces. Confusion and panic spread. During the chaos, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was wounded. He was hit on his face, his helmet broke, and his tooth was injured. Rumors spread that the Prophet had been killed, which made some Muslims lose hope. But the Prophet was alive. He called his companions to rally around him. Brave companions like Abu Bakr, Ali ibn Abi Talib, and Talha ibn Ubaidullah protected the Prophet and fought fiercely. Eventually, the Muslims managed to regroup and move to higher ground. The Quraysh, thinking they had won, decided not to continue the fight and returned to Mecca. The Muslims lost many lives in the Battle of Uhud. About 70 Muslims became martyrs. One of them was Hamza ibn Abdul Muttalib, the dear uncle of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The Prophet and his companions were very sad. This defeat was very painful, but it taught the Muslims many important lessons. The Qur'an talks about this in Surah Al-Imran. Allah reminded the Muslims that both victory and defeat come from Him. When mistakes are made, there are consequences. Allah said in the Qur'an, Allah kept His promise to you when you were defeating them by His permission, until you lost courage, argued, and disobeyed the Prophet after he showed you what you love. That's from Qur'an, chapter 3, verse 152. This shows that disobedience and losing patience can lead to loss. Lessons from the Battle of Uhud are really clear. First, obey the leader. The Prophet told the archers to stay in their place, but some disobeyed. This led to defeat. Always follow the leader. Discipline is important. Success needs discipline. The Muslims lost because some forgot their duty. Stay united. Greed and disunity can weaken any team. The archers left their post for spoils, which harmed the army. Victory and defeat are tests. Winning or losing are both tests from Allah. Stay humble when you win, and patient when you lose. Never lose hope. Even when the Prophet was hurt, he did not give up. Muslims should always have hope and trust in Allah. Learn from mistakes. Uhud taught Muslims to learn from their mistakes and become better. The Muslims lost the battle, but their strength and spirit remained. The Quraysh did not attack Medina, and the Muslims grew stronger. The battle showed that patience, unity, and obedience are needed for success. The Prophet continued to guide the Muslims. The Battle of Uhud teaches us that mistakes have consequences. Obedience, unity, and patience are important. Never give up hope. As the Qur'an says, "Do not lose heart or be sad. You will win if you have faith." That's from Qur'an, chapter 3, verse 139. The story of Uhud still inspires Muslims to stay strong in faith and keep learning from every challenge.